I have started using AI from probably 2022. I started with the first versions of those chats like ChatGPT, the one from Anthropic. I do not remember the name. I think it was Cloud, and I started
Cloud,
using
yeah.
those tools. Let me finish something here. Yeah. Okay. So I started like in 2022 using all those tools that were available at the time, like ChatGPT, Cloud, but those chats, because at the beginning they were only chats, right? And I was like just asking questions, like if I was searching on Google. But then with the integration of those tools in the IDs, like uh, Cursor, Copilot, Cloud Code, the game is totally different. What I mean by that is it is integrated with your uh, code editor. So you can do much more things with it. Like it has all the context of your application, it has all the context of your code. But what I have seen as a trending is the companies have chosen uh, cloud code as a tool for programming. Haven't you see that trending? Like at the beginning, companies were like confusing about what tool to use, because
Yeah,
I saw many companies using, for example, Copilot, other ones using Cursor. But with the time, I see they establish cloud code like this is the best platform for coding.
yeah. What you say is actually true right now. I think the same, and it's because, well, first of all, hello, I'm Samuel. Hope you guys are okay. Hope you guys are doing great. So yeah, right now we're talking about AI. AI is moving the world, and as you were saying, Alvaro, right now companies are choosing cloud code, and I think personally it's because Anthropic has this best marketing for this specific area. Like I don't know if you guys noticed that Claude is like the only AI I saw that it doesn't have like image creation or video creation or some sort of things like that. They all marketing is just focused on developing I don't know, maybe like data working and some of that stuff. I think that's why companies and maybe CEOs are maybe going into that way. Also, I'm not saying that cloud is the best. Right now, there are a lot of AIs out there, a lot of LLMs. For example, ChatGPT. I think OpenAI just dropped his last model. Like it was pretty great too. But I think that's the focus, that the marketing that Anthropic's going forward. Like, and a lot of this actual market is oriented to developing software, maybe system engineering. I don't know, maybe cloud. I mean, testing. Mm, yeah. So I think that most of the people that use AI nowadays and that people that use it like what it's supposed to be used, it's mostly developers and people related to software.
uh,
So that's why people are like going into that way.
yes, I agree with some portion of what you said, but at the same time, I believe AI started to be like something that has everything, right? But nobody knows what to do with it. Like companies started like let me explain you what happens, and this happens with every new technology that comes up. When a new technology comes up, companies what they do is just they want to be first. They want to be pioneers on that technology because they have the suspicion that that technology is going to be uh, the last thing they have to use because everyone else will be using that. So every company wants to be a pioneer on that, right? So when the all AI's platforms comes up, n- n- no company knows what to use because there were a lot of options like ChatGPT, Cloud, Gemini, all those things, right? So for software companies, I believe that what they started to do were they started testing those. And I imagine there are also other topics like pricing, benefits, things like that, right? But what I believe is they get to the point they realize, okay, this is more or less the way we want to use AI, right? Because at the beginning they want to use everything new, like NCP servers, skills, agents, everything that was available. But then, for example, in my case, in the companies that I work for, they realize maybe we don't need all the things. We just need uh, an agent, or we just need NCPs or things like that, right? So they decided to go with the best platform for them. But what you said, like uh, there are there are like minor consumption on other things like image generation, video generation. I think you say that because you are related with the software industry, right? But
Yes.
if you ask the same question of if you say the same thing to somebody who is related with video content creation, I imagine there is a huge usage of AI in those other topics because it's not only like, for example, content creation. How many creators are around the world, and how many of them are using AI? Not at the same way as developers use AI, but they are using tools like those automated short creator tools, video editors tools, things like that. They are using them too much, right? And I imagine the same for image creation. Yeah, I believe AI nowadays has huge usage in all of the branches it has.
Yeah, you kind of like open-minded me. I wasn't thinking about the other areas, but yeah, right now thinking about it, maybe areas like marketing, content creation, as you said. Yeah, a lot of them are using these generative AI tools. So yes, I agree with you with that.
Hey Daniel, how you doing?
Hi Alvaro. Hi everyone. How are you?
Everything good, everything
Um,
good.
Can you hear me well, or is regular my sound?
Really good, really good. Hey Jose.
Okay, what's your life?
Sorry, what?
What's news in your life? In your life, excuse me.
In terms of AI,
Yes, yes.
uh, okay, to be honest, I have started, and this is what I mentioned before. The company that I work for looks like they try to choose a tool, right? So at the beginning, I started using just the chat GPT, Cloud, but the chat. And after some time, when the company that I work for, uh, they started using AI, they started like testing tools. So I have used Cursor, Copilot, Amazon Q Console, and the last one is Cloud Code, which I mentioned before. Looks like companies have chosen that to be the tool they want to use for programming, right? But to be honest, at the beginning I have a lot of uh, how to say that, a lot of expectations about AI, because at the beginning it surprised me, right? I thought, okay, this is going to replace me. Companies won't need developers anymore. But I have used that intensively. Like, I have two jobs. I use AI in those two companies every day heavily, because I'm a senior developer in those two companies, and every day I have something to do. What I have noticed is AI is like having a junior developer. It's just like you need to clearly understand uh, the requirement, and then create a set of steps, or yes, a set of commands that you have to pass to the AI. It's the same when, like when you have a junior developer. Hey, I need to do this, and you can find this information here. You can use this file. You can use a function that already exists here, and produce this result. That's what I believe AI is helping me now. It's like having a junior developer. It I won't say I don't want to say that AI is no automating automating a lot of code creation, because I do remember in the past things that I spent like 1 or 2 weeks. Now with AI I can do those things in, I don't know, 1 hour, if I have the all the steps clear in my mind. I can do things that in the past took me 1 to 2 weeks. Right now, I can do those things in just 1 or 2 hours with AI. So code is automated. What is not automated is critical thinking, how to say that, creativity. So
Yeah.
That's
your
creativity.
yeah, your brain is is not going to be replaced. That's what I have seen with AI. I'm not sure, because every day I see something different in trending. I mean, in social media. For example, today I saw something. I was watching videos, and I saw somebody saying, I have a AI agent in my computer, and that AI agent bought a robot, bought a robot, and that AI programmed that robot to have a body. Like the AI bought the robot, and it programmed it to have a body, like he can move and he can do things. But who knows if that is true or not? What about
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm asking because 1 month ago, yes, ago, I working, but because in my company have the license licencia is
license?
License. Right.
license, yes, the license of cloud. And I work 1 month ago with cloud in terminal. Today, a day, I work in 3 projects. Yes, and in 3 projects, I work the agents of clouds a la vez. ¿Cómo puedo decir a la vez? O sea, al tiempo.
At the same time?
At the same time.
At the same time, and is crazy because my, how can I say, rendimiento?
Productivity, performance.
Yes, my
Performance.
performance in this moment is crazy, like, because the AI is a helper, big helper.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What about you, Sammy?
Well, first of all, I like to hear to you guys talk about using AI in your jobs. As let's say right now, I'm not really into the industry. I'm only using AI for, well, I am doing like some sort of a job right now, but it's not paying me, so it couldn't be considered a job. but it's getting me experience. It's like a personal project with some people. But anyways, I am using AI while building that project, and as you say, guys, it's pretty useful. It does a lot of things that before were meant to take maybe like 1 week, 2 weeks, and right now it could be just done in a single prompt. And if it's not done, then maybe 1 hour or two. So yeah, you get like productive with these tools, and also you can deliver more product more efficiently. And yeah, that's right now like that's the wide vision of the thing. and and also as I'm hearing you guys have a lot of experience like working with software. um and I wanted to talk about like the situation right now for us junior developers. Like the market right now, it's a little bit messy. I'm not gonna say it's fucked up because it is always like jobs for software developers maybe. But right now the game is changing. Yeah, as I was in one of your lives, I remember I was asking you some questions. And yeah, right now companies are not seeking for maybe developers. Like the idea of a developer that only writes let's say like placeholder code or repetitive code, or maybe like some unit testing. Right now companies are looking for people that can think, and as you say, that have this some sort of imagination and creativity and critical thinking. um, so they can apply those skills to AI. So first, they can be more productive. They can deliver products more easily and efficient, and also um, they're not relying totally on these tools. They're using them like it is supposed to be like tools, not a replacement for someone. I like the analogy you say that you treat your AI agents like if we're a developer, because in that way these tools get used to the language you use, and they kind of train and use terminology related to IT sections maybe, and you can get used to it. And also you say that you can use them to learn more easily than before. I mean, I'm not saying reading documentation is useless, but you can read it like better if you use one of these tools. So yeah.
I have two topics to add to what you said, but I would like other people to participate. So who wants to participate to say to tell us your thoughts about AI? Don't be shy, guys. The intention of the meeting is to participate, no matter if you have basic level, grade level. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. As I know, top software engineer use everyday cloud code. And in your personal experience, for you, what is the best for the develop in cloud code or GPT?
All right. I have mentioned this at the beginning of the meeting. I'm not an expert on AI. I have used multiple tools like ChatGPT, Cloud, but the chat. I have used Gemini. I have used Cursor. What else? Amazon Q Console. And lately I have started using Cloud Code. But I have started using Cloud Code because companies in which I work for, they decided to go with that platform, with that tool, because I imagine they did their research and they found this is the platform or the tool that best fits our necessities, right? So for coding things, for development, software development, I believe the lead technology or the lead platform is cloud code, because I have talked with a lot of people in the industry, and they are basically using cloud code, right? But I believe this is something that companies realize through a process of discovering which is the tool. I mean, we have a lot of tools available. I have mentioned a couple of them: Amazon Q Console, Cursor, Copilot. But I have seen that the trending is using cloud code for software development. So let's say for now, based on the trending benefits or whatever, companies are choosing cloud code as the tool for creating software. Who else wants to participate?
Me, I mm, I wanna talk about my experience in the develop with the AI. Mm, I I am in I am finalizing my career, and something I think we in the future, right? And that's make me feel sometimes boring because it's like a imposter syndrome. I know how can I say that, and I think the most important is thinking my brain, my mind. I am building a product right now, and, and the AI is making not but uh, but in the code. But in my mind, I have the idea, I have the the, the correct things for the people. Maybe the optimization of the loadings. Uh, I think that's it. And maybe the UX, is the UX and UI UX. So I have the conclusion the AI is important, but the most important thing in developing the programmation is our mind, uh, our minds and our ideas, and be strong with the ideas we have. So I think in the future, a company must be considerate the the brain, the ideas, and the ability for the problems, and, and maybe how can I say dejar a un lado,
How can I say what?
dejar a un lado.
Um, I don't know.
Sorry,
But like,
I didn't understand what you said.
Like dejar a un lado algo,
Ah,
un pensamiento.
they leave it alone.
Leave it
They
alone.
they leave it alone.
Okay. The company.
Or put, or you can say also put it aside.
No. Dejar a un lado a thinking. A thinking.
Yeah, they put it aside, thinking.
Yeah, maybe the company must be thinking in the abilities for the solutions or the problems, and and know the code, know the code, know the code. Ah, I don't know what can I say my idea, but I
No,
think
but I understood what you
we
said. So basically, companies
yeah.
are paying more attention to the critical thinking, brain,
Yeah, yeah.
ideas than
Maybe
just
not
creating code.
a technical test. Well, you need knowledge about the technical knowledge, but I think the most important is the mind. That's my idea.
Yeah, yeah, I understood your idea, and that's pretty uh, aligned to the things that are happening right now in the tech industry. Hey, Juan Civiris, how you doing, my friend?
Hey yo, what's going on, fella?
Everything good.
What up here? What about you? A lot of time, fella. A lot of time.
I've been working a lot and I've been involved in multiple projects, so that consumes a lot of time. But now I have some time, and I started again to share with you guys. But the intention is to continue doing these things. And yeah, we are here. We are here. We are here talking about how AI is changing our jobs. So if you want to participate, we would like to know how do you use AI every day? What tools are you using, and what do you think in general about AI?
Oh my goodness, this is a really good question. Let me be honest, I'm preparing for right now, so just give me like 5 minutes, just finish to prepare this sandwich. After that, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing in my daily routine as a software cloud engineer. I don't know what I'm doing because at this moment or at this point of AI, I consider myself like we are full staff of every fucking thing, DevOps, front end, back end, everything. Goodness.
All right, all right. Let me know once you are ready. So yeah, what you said is correct. I have a conversation a couple of days ago with one of my friends, and he mentioned something that made me think about what is going to happen in the future, because he said, "I am an AI operator. I'm not a developer anymore. I'm an AI operator." So that made me
Amen.
think about what is going to be in the future. So I wanted to add something about what Sami and other guys have said have, have said in the conversation. One of the things is what is going to happen with juniors. Uh, Basically, companies right now they are hiring people that already have developed the way of thinking to be a software developer, right? Because they have the knowledge, they have the experience, and they can lead AI. That's what is happening right now, right? But what companies haven't realized now is existing senior developers, they are going to be retired someday, right? Someday they will say, I don't want to continue working. I already have my farm. I already create my own source of income. So I don't want to go to work anymore for a company, right? So what is going to happen? Who else is going to lead the development force? Companies are not hiring juniors, so uh, won't be trained juniors or trained engineers in the future. So who is going to do the work? Who is going to do the job, right? So
Yeah,
that
like there are no seniors without juniors.
yeah, that's true, because right now we are training AI tools, because if you think this, or if you have your mind in this in a general point of view, basically we are training AI models, because we every day we are using those models, we are providing them with data, and we are using them, right? Not only for development, for everything. Like for example, if I ask right now to ChatGPT what information it has about me, he probably will tell me things that will surprise me, right? Because I have interacted with this a lot. So it should have a lot of information about myself, and that's a scare. How to say that? That's scaring. Scaring. Okay, that's scaring. Why? And this is the second topic. Pay attention. Right now, companies are using external providers because all those tools, ChatGPT, Cursor, Cloud Code, Copilot, name whatever technology, name whatever platform, that is an external platform. Those platforms don't belong to the companies. So all the data, all the information that companies are sharing with those platforms is valuable information. Like they are sharing their business ideas, they are sharing their code, they are sharing how their developers behave, how they think. So imagine what is going to happen in the future if all these companies are controlling the data, the information, and the ideas. Let me put an example. Imagine that I have a really good idea for a product, right? And this is something that will change the future of the humanity. Like my idea is going to break everything we know until now. So that idea is the $1 billion idea. Everyone will want to have this idea, right? But I am the only one who has this idea right now. I start using those tools, but my idea, my information, my data is going to a third party provider. Now we are training those models, but in the future, those models, those companies will have enough information to create products, software, everything based on the ideas of other companies. And that's something that companies, I don't know if they didn't realize that yet, but if you think in a general way, basically we are giving them our ideas. So I believe in the future, companies will start using their own models, like private models in which companies control everything. Companies are the owners of their data instead of sending all the data, all the information to a third party provider. Think about that. And then,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So you're saying that it is obvious right now that companies that offer AI as a product are using um, data from the people that use this AI to train their models so they could be better. And also, they are kind of getting valuable information of these companies because you say Cloud Code, for example, reviews and rewrites all your code, all your I don't know your environment variables, some things that are delicate, right? Um, but I have a question like of what is your thoughts about this? What are your thoughts about this? I said, um, like, do you think in the future? Well, as you said, you say that companies are going to use their own models, so this thing doesn't happen. But right now, I like the thing that I'm looking for right now. It's uh, the most like near from that future we are right now. It's local models. I don't remember this tool. Like it was a lobster. I think it was called Claw. So yeah, right now I think there is like a problem with hardware and like AI is consuming a lot of hardware right now. So how do you think it could be this kind of future you describe? If hardware is not simply enough to sustain all these LLMs and AI tools, so everyone can use it, let's say for free.
To be honest, I don't have a real answer for that because I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure what is going on even now, because you see what happened a couple of months ago. Uh, we were able to use, for example, ChatGPT without any restriction, but then after a couple of prompts, you get limited, right? Because tokens are expensive. Money is something that they are, uh, it has its limits, right? I mean, they cannot give away all the money because tokens are expensive. So in the past, we can use a lot of tokens without restriction, but now they are restricting that and they increase the prices on some of their services, which means this is costly. Like, we cannot use AI for free. And the reality, and I have heard this from other resources, internet, some content creators, they said AI is being supported by big companies like Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, uh, Anthropic, blah 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 blah. So they are moving their own money between them to keep the cycle running. Like Nvidia pass on money to Anthropic, Anthropic pass on money to Google, Google move the money to whatever, and they are investing in each other so they can keep the bubble growing. But that is not maintainable in the future, right? So what I see right now is the bubble started to explode. Like, they need to control how much money they are investing and how much money they are getting about those investments. And that's why right now, even companies are controlling how many tokens developers can use, right? Because I do remember, like, let's say 6 months ago, I can use whatever tokens I want. There were no restriction. But now I even see there is this enterprise subscription in which you can see how many tokens you have left, how many tokens you have used. And other thing to think about it is, if I can see that as a developer, imagine my manager, imagine the company who is paying for this. They could have much more information, like how Alvaro is using AI. Are his prompts accurate? Is he spending tokens in things that are not related or not needed? So that's other thing. I imagine those platforms, companies, AI models will provide much more information for the companies that are using their models. Like, I want to know how many developers are using AI in the correct way. You know what I mean? Like, they will have statistics about developers, about who is performing well, who is not, and they can take decisions about, we are going to keep Alvaro, or we are going to fire Alvaro because this platform told me Alvaro is not doing great job. He has no critical thinking because his prompts are garbage, for say something, right? But who knows? I mean, what I believe in the near future is companies will start using their own AI models. They will try to keep uh, context windows as short as possible. Yeah, but now I don't know, because AI is super expensive. It consumes a lot of resources. So at this moment, I'm not sure what is going to happen with AI in the near future. But it's like every new technology, as I said it at the beginning of the stream. When a new technology comes up, all the companies wants to use that technology. All the companies wants to be a pioneer in that technology. But then they started to realize, probably we don't need this technology, or we need to use this technology in this way or that way, or just only these things. So that's what I see is happening right now.
Okay, so AI is still not profitable.
Yeah, actually, uh, in one of the last streams, I shared with you guys a video. Can you give me 1 second? I'll, yeah, I was saying that in one of the last streams, I show you guys a video from this Plaxi owner. I think his name is Freddy, and he was analyzing uh, how AI is interacting with companies and how much of the AI is going to production. And he said only 18% of the code was going to production. So, sorry, 20% or something like that, or 80 or 20, 18 or 20. So 82% was iterating, like, all right, the amount of money that I pay for AI, 82% I spend that just uh, fixing bugs, iterating with AI, and like I send a prompt, I spend a lot of tokens, but then the prompt wasn't correct, so I need to send another prompt. So that's what I mean when I said iterating with it. So who else wants to participate, guys? Remember, the intention of this meeting is to practice English. We are talking about AI, how AI is changing our jobs right now.
Cool.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All right. So I just want to tell my story. Let's say this. I'm an old engineer, right? So I started coding when I was like 18. Right now I'm 41. But it was really to catch up with all these new technologies. So I just stopped like coding like 7 years ago, and I started again because it was like blowing the market, I would say. I was working with this company in Canada, and they were basically developing algorithms using AI or machine learning shit and things like that. That time I felt overwhelmed because we were starting like using the serverless technology and struggling with all these YAML files, and it was a mess. So, but after like few years, no, not few years, but last year basically, we got this cloud code and everything. It's amazing. I mean, I felt like at some point I wasn't able to keep on track of all these new technologies, but this really opened a gate, like to basically using a prompt, I just can complete many tasks and doing complex things that I was not able to do that before. So for me, it's just such a blessing. And right now, I'm working for a company in the U.S. and I have accomplished so many projects and so many new models and using new technologies that doing by myself or producing all that code by myself will take like months, and I was able to do it in just few weeks. So yeah, very fast. So for me, it's very good. I mean, I can't complain about that. It's amazing.
Yeah, sure. I have this idea about what is doing AI right now. So basically, in the past, the most expensive part of producing software was coding, because in every development team you have like a project manager, a QA person, and 5 to 6, 3 to 7 developers, and they were basically doing the same in a different way. Like everyone was doing code, but they were doing different functionalities, right? But that was the most expensive uh, thing in a development team. With AI, we are automating that portion of the software construction, right? We are automating coding. And if you think in a general way, in a general point of view, this is basically what humans are been doing for the whole history. They have complex things that they simplify, and they find a way to continue doing that same thing in a better way, right? What human being cannot automate is your brain, your ideas, how you think, how you do the things. So yeah, uh, I don't know. For me, it's the same. I mean, I still using my technical skills to solve minor issues. Like I send a prompt and I found a couple of minor issues. I go touch the code and just fix them. But the, let's say, 80-70% of what I do every day is AI driven. Like I don't have to do too much. I just have to think, which is which is the trending right now. I mean, companies are hiring people that knows how to interact with those technologies. What I mentioned before, you need to have a skill set, and you have to have experience in order to interact with those tools. That's what companies are hiring right now. But what is going to happen in the future? Because we right now we are not hiring juniors. Who is going to be senior in the future?
Yeah, that's very interesting because I think juniors can take over and like get a greater level than they have. But I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Eventually, in my opinion, I think we are gonna solve the token thing, and we were able to run models in our local, which is more ideal rather than paying these companies. But I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon. Um, it's very difficult because everything is money at the end of the day.
I,
But
I
yeah, from my place, I will say uh, what I do is basically just brainstorming. Like I put all my ideas. I have a very structured prompt, and I make a plan, and then I execute. I just leave it there. Like I can go to have a coffee and even control that remotely from my phone while it's processing. Um, and then I come back and it's everything done, and I just code review. I just code review, and also I create like some skills to use Codex, for example. I just run that, and if Codex provides all the errors that thing finds, and then I just recheck, send it to Claude, and do it again, like the looping. But at the end of the day, it's just the gate to put this code on prod. It's myself. Like I check if we're following the the guidance of the code, the structure, no using crazy libraries or something like that. Because we are the ones that we need to keep that clean instead of just producing shit code. Uh, I've seen like terrible byte coders like doing crazy things, but I think we need the responsibility to be the ones that keep that clean. in order to be understandable. Also, something that I noticed, for example, it's these LLMs produce so much code in terms of like commenting out all the process that the next line of code does. That's crazy. Like I always put in my prompt like, don't comment any code. Make it as simple as possible. The code should speak itself, like kind of plain English. I don't need those explanations of every single line of code because also it's a waste of tokens.
All right. Another thing to keep in mind is AI is just an statistics tool. Like use the data that already exists to generate the next answer, the possible next answer, right? So all the code that already exists on almost all the repos are is shitty code. It's like garbage code, right? Because many companies they try to do good code, they try to have good practices, they have to have QA testing, whatever they have, but at the end of the day, everyone every company just want to have functionalities ready, right? So and I believe this is why AI create a lot of shitty code. Like they repeat a lot of things that can be reusable. It uh, hallucinate a lot with things that doesn't exist. It just put a hard code line in which that already exists. I mean, it doesn't exist, but the AI just put a hard code line, and it exists, right? Data that doesn't exist, AI just find a way to put that data there. So if code is not the good, I mean, if all the human code that exists until this point is not as good as possible, and AI is creating code based on that, imagine what is happening. And this is what we try to evaluate in one of the last streams when I was showing you the investigation this guy from Plaxi, I think his name is Freddy did, about what percentage of the AI was really used by companies, because companies are spending a lot of money on AI, but at the end of the day, they don't see a really. I mean, they have seen a lot of code going push, but they don't see a lot of code really going to production. Like they are spending a lot of money just allowing their developers to get to use those tools. Because I don't know, what do you think about what I'm going to say? But if you think about it, looks like all the companies that are providing us these tools to play with them, they are just like, okay, let's see what happens, because this is the trend in technology. We need to allow our developers to use that, but they are also testing because nobody knows how to use those tools in the correct way. That's
Oh yeah, that's for sure that they're using or they are snooping out like what we are doing in our repositories. I think they are collecting and they are beneficiating from that data. Um, but in terms of the code produced, you mean like the things that are going on pro? I mean the products that are being produced by that, or that? Or what do you mean? I don't understand that part.
what part? Can you repeat that?
So were you were talking about the code that's being produced by AI, but companies don't even see or don't even realize that the code, what amount of code is being produced and what not, and how they are being uh, beneficiating from that. So
Sure.
my question is basically, do you mean regarding the amount of tokens spent in the product itself, or what exactly?
No, imagine a company has a license for you because you work for that company. So the company is spending, I don't know, $200 per month for your subscription, right? So company has invested $200 on the things that you are doing.
Yeah.
This company is only uh, getting back $36 because it will represent 18% of the investment. Like company invested $200, but only 18% of that is really going to production because the 82% is just wasted in you to try to make that work. You know what I mean? Like,
But
yeah,
but is it impossible? Like, is there a way to measure that?
I don't know. There
Because
is a video from this guy Freddy from Plaxi in which he shared a lot of information and some sources from where he get the information.
I
So
have a question.
go ahead.
What do you mean with the coding production? Because, for example, in my case, I mean, as a older developer, I mean, I have 15 years of experience. Obviously, with the AI, all of these tools, maybe developing any feature or any software, it's started to be a really easy way to make it every task really fast. But my question is that what do you mean with coding production? Because in my case, um, I work for a company that they have a really good culture related to experimentation and okay, if you have an idea, build it, and if it works, let's implement it, right? But in our case, we are, I don't know if I could say growing, maybe not growing. We are building a lot of tools, a lot of solutions that is not completely used by the final user, right? In our case, for example,
I agree
we
with that.
we created we developed an agent maybe to attend some calls related to sales. But I mean, our flow is less than 10 calls per month. I mean, they invested a lot of development force, infrastructure, and engineering time and everything to develop a really fast tool. Maybe without these tools, it could take months or a year or something without having maybe a good flow of clients or really final users to use it. It could be an issue maybe thinking in a big companies. In my case, I used to work as a freelance, and some of my older clients um, tend to have a lot of could be shitty code, maybe built by coding, but um, they fired a lot of developers just to try and to build their own solutions, their own softwares, but maybe without having a good control of the context, they deleted some features or something like that. I mean, in my opinion, they could have a really good tool, really powerful, but most of the people need to learn how to how to solve or how to handle the context, how to trigger the good prompts, and how to articulate the different steps that you have in your product.
Yeah, for sure. What I believe about that is, and probably you were not here at the beginning, but we were talking about companies are paying those subscriptions for their developers in order to allow them to practice with those, because even companies, they don't know how to use AI properly, right? Because every week there is something new, there is a new model, there is a new thing that we can use, for example, ncp servers, skills, agents, and every time we need to learn something new and start using that because that's the trending, right? While that process happens, we will have a lot of mistakes, like uh, creating things that we don't really need, as you mentioned, right? uh, Another
Right.
thing, yeah, go ahead. Were you going to say something?
No, no, sorry, just continue.
Yeah. Other thing that we done analyze at the beginning of the stream was, I'm not sure, but in my case, I have seen companies, they were using different tools. I mean, each company was trying to get the best tool for them, and now it looks like for software development they are using cloud code. But we have a lot of things available, like Cursor, Gemini, uh, whatever, right? But companies looks like they realize cloud code because of its cost, or because the models or whatever is the proper tool for software development. So my opinion about that is we still in the process of identifying how we are going to end up using AI, because for now we are in the process of discovering that how to use AI properly, because we need to find a established way to use that. Once we have that established, all the companies will do the same, because now looks like companies are just using that, trying to understand what is the best way to use, what is the best usage, how to get the most of those tools. But at the end of the day, I believe nobody totally understand what is going to happen, even companies. But again, I believe that's the normal flow of every new technology that comes up. I've been working as a software developer for around 19 years, and I have seen the same. Every time a new technology comes up, all the companies said this is the technology, this is going to change the game, this is going to do something different. But with AI, the only difference I see, it is taking long. It is taking longer for establish a way to use that. That's what I believe right now. I'm not sure because I have seen a lot of comments, a lot of people talking about the topic, but to be honest, I'm not sure what is true and what is not. I can talk about my experience, and in my experience, it's just a tool to automate the coding process, because the other parts of software development, like thinking, analyzing, communicate with the clients, getting the requirements, create a mental map about what you are going to do, is still there, and companies are paying more for that right now. All right, guys, I believe.
Alvaro,
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
one last question. Yeah, you were talking about developing software, I want to ask like, how do you see like from the management stuff? Like you say, communication was important. I'm asking this because I heard that some roles like managers, project managers, um, scrum masters, like these management roles, like how do you see they are changing with all of this AI? Like I heard from someone, I don't remember who exactly he was, but he said that models like Scrum uh, are going to get, I'm not going to say useless, but they are going to get like less used, let's say. Like, what do you think about that?
Sure, there are a couple of things to talk about the things that you asked. One of them is I believe software developers are becoming project managers. Why? Because with AI, we are automating the coding process, but we need to think more about architecture, how to do the things, how to manage the things, right? So let's say we will have more time to think about other things that in the past were the job of the project managers. Like in the past, project managers has to create really good tickets, really good acceptance criteria, right? And this is my personal perception, right? So AI is giving us the power to be project managers. In my personal experience, in one of the companies that I work for, they started to assign to me big epics instead of just small functionalities. And they said, you need to own this big epic because now you have tools that will help you to resolve that easily. In the past, the job of a scrum master or project manager or product owner was to create small pieces, very good detailed, very good detailed, that developers can understand and easily do their job, right? But now we have those tools that allow us to do the same, so we don't need project managers. That's one thing. And again, that's my personal perception based on the experience that I have with AI and using those tools daily in different roles. I forgot the next part. Ah, I wanted to say something else, but I forgot. Sorry. I'll try to recap. Anyone else has something to add? Wants to participate? Do remember the intention of this meeting is to practice English. So don't be shy. Go ahead. Express your thoughts, your ideas. Ah,
I think the I you talk about the tokens in a company or uh, use in the day. Mm, I think the tokens will be like a bill of the life, like the yeah bill of the life. Maybe you pay what you use. So I think the future is that. Uh, Maybe for now they are they have a limit like cloud code in the week is restart in codecs and other models. So I think that the companies will have a own model and the pay will be what you use. I think that I don't know what you think. I wanna learn to. I wanna hear you and the most users.
Sure, 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 sure. Your idea is pretty good, but let me finish first with the thing that I forgot a couple of minutes ago. So basically, we have a Scrum from long time, and we have seen a lot of changes in terms of how we do the things. Like in the past, we needed some time to finish one ticket. Like one ticket could be 3 days, 5 days, 1.5 weeks. But now with AI, we just finish the things really quick, right? So why do we need, or what do we still need a Scrum? For me, for my personal opinion, Scrum is obsolete. We shouldn't be using that right now. The things have changed a lot. Scrum is something that is in the past. The new way to create software, to establish uh, development teams is totally different from the time Scrum was created, or was thought. Like at the time, you have a set of people. Some of the majority of them were developers. They needed certain amount of time to create something, and they needed a lot of meetings in order to get context, to get information from the senior developers, from the client. Right now, I don't need any of that. Why? Because I have AI. I have the repo. AI has all the context of the repo. So if I need any technical questions about the repo, I don't need to bother the senior developer. I just need to go to AI and ask, okay, I have this problem. I need you to understand, analyze, and tell me if what I'm going to say is correct, right? So I don't need to go to the senior developer, or search for somebody else in the majority of the cases. So Scrum is dead. We don't need Scrum anymore. Actually, in the companies that I work for the last, I don't know, probably 2 years, the way we use Scrum is just having Jira to track what we are doing, but we don't do planning meetings, we don't point tickets, we don't do all that shit that we did in the past, because it is not needed. You just need that really senior team, really responsible people, and you will get everything done. That's my perception about Scrum. That's my personal opinion. Just I just wanted to say that again, because I don't want anybody to say, you are wrong because that and that. Okay, about the tokens that you mentioned, Ignacio. So tokens. Okay, if we put what you said right now, like you should pay for what you consume, right? That won't be possible at this point, because people are consuming a lot. That's why we have a subscription and we have a limit. Uh, Anyways, we will need a limit, right? Because you can you cannot leave the door open for people to consume whatever they want, because this is going to be crazy. The bill is going to be huge. And the other topic that you mentioned was using like their own models. Like companies will start using their own models. I believe that's accurate, but what Sammy said before is I don't think that's possible right now, because of the cost of AI, the cost of having uh, internal servers, all the infrastructure. So I don't think right now that's possible. Maybe in the near future, maybe not. Maybe we will get to the point that okay, we will use AI just I don't know 10,000 tokens per developer, and after you consume your tokens, what you are going to do is just use your mind, use your skill set, the one that you forgot once AI comes up. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, this AI topic is everywhere, and everyone is talking about that, but nobody knows what is going to happen. Do you remember like 1 year and a half or 2 years that Nvidia said we have a new model called Devin, and this is going to replace all the developers? What happened with that? Nothing. At the beginning of this year, 2026, another company, I don't remember pretty well, but I believe was Anthropic. They said
I didn't remember Devin. Wow.
it,
You're right.
it was meant to replace everyone here, but it never did anything. At the beginning of 2026, I heard another related thing. Like in 2 months, companies won't need any developers, right? And I still working. I have my co-workers from like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and they are still there. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what is going on.
Yeah, that's sort of fucked up that every time they're keeping it going to try to replace us with some sort of new technology or some sort of stuff. Kind of funny because yeah, I didn't remember Devin, and at that time I was not gonna lie, I was pretty scared because I was um, only getting into it, like into this IT software stuff, and I heard of that, and because I didn't know like how this worked, I was worried, I was concerned about this stuff. But actually, what you're saying is true. Um, all of these new technologies and maybe not really meant to replace us, but to change our perspective of what we are doing and how we do it.
Yeah, yeah. I know sometimes it is like sad, frustrating. Everywhere we hear about AI, every new post on LinkedIn has something to say about AI. Every post on social media has something to say about AI, and there is AI even in the breakfast. But to be honest, and to close the conversation, guys, we have already like 1 hour here, so we are going to close this meeting. But before closing the meeting, AI is not replacing us. AI is just changing how we do the things. Think about it. Just think about it and analyze how everything is happening, how the things are evolving, and you will realize this is just another tool that we need to adapt to our daily basis stuff. All right, guys. Thank you so much for participating on these meetings. The next one will be next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Sorry, today was a crazy day for me. That's why we started later today. But I really appreciate you being here and see you later, guys.
Thank you. See ya.
Thank you. See you.
Thanks for your conversation. It's very interesting.